Hello everyone, welcome to the final video in the TCLL series. In today's video, we are going to be going over the two-face and pinwheel TCLL- cases. To start off, we have these two cases, and these are the ones that are either the solved case or the diagonal case. And what I mean by that is this one, if you just twist the corners, you'll get a solved layer. And this one, if you twist the corners, you'll get a diagonal layer. Or alternatively, you can look at the fact that these two cases both have opposites on top. And in the solved case, we have kind of these two pseudo blocks like this. And then this diagonal case doesn't have any of that. So for the solved case, what we're going to do is we're going to do an R2U R'U, and then RU2, and then finish off this face with R'U2 R'. To finger trick this, we're going to start with our hand on the bottom, do a pinch, and then do a middle finger here, and then double flick, done. To predict AUF, this corner stays here, or alternatively, you can realize that this corner stays here also. So in this case, we're going to have to do a U prime after the algorithm. Now for this case, this is the diagonal case. What we're going to do is start with an F prime, kind of insert this corner into here with R prime FR, and then solve this layer with F, insert the corner with U prime RU R prime. To finger trick this, I like to do pinch, and then do a middle finger here, followed by an index pinch, and then U prime, finish it off like that. For AUF prediction, it's exactly the same as the other case. These two corners just stay in their place. So in this case, we'll have to do a U. All right, now for these two cases, these are the adjacent cases where if you look at the top two stickers, we have adjacent stickers here. And then this case in particular, we've got a pseudo block here like this. And then this case just has none of that. So for the pseudo block case, we're going to hold the pseudo block on the right here. Kind of take out this corner with R2U R', insert this corner back here with F R', and then insert this corner with RU2 R'. To finger trick this, you'll want to start with your hand on the bottom here, do a pinch F move here, another F prime here, and then do a double flick with your left hand. To predict AUF, this pseudo block just stays here on the right. So in this case, we'll have to do a U2 after the algorithm. Now for this case, where we basically have nothing around the cube, what we do is a sledgehammer, and then insert this corner into here by firstly doing RU2 R', U prime, and then insert it with RU R'. To finger trick this, I like to do a pinch F prime here, double flick, U prime, and then insert like that. To predict AUF, this sticker will just stay here. So in this case, this will have to do a U in order to solve it. All right, almost there. Now we have the three pinwheel cases. Now, since filming the other video, there's a pretty cool recognition technique that I've learned about. That is, if you twist one of the corners and then look at the recognition for this. So for this anti-soon, I look at these three stickers. That will be enough to tell you which case it is. So in this case, we have this is the kind of solved case, the pure case. This is the diagonal case. And then this one is the adjacent case. But the way I originally learned how to do this is, well, you can either look at twisting every corner and see what that gives you. So this is solved, diagonal, and adjacent, or a JPEM. Or you can look at the pseudo blocks. So for example, this diagonal case has all pseudo blocks around the cube like this. This adjacent case just has one of these pseudo blocks. And then the solved case has none of that around the cube. So to start off, we are going to be doing the solved case. And to do this one, we're going to do R2U R', U', and then solve this corner by firstly doing R'U2 R to orient it, then do U2, and then insert it with R'U2 R. To finger trick this, start with your hand on the bottom, do a pinch move, middle finger, double flick, double flick, double flick. For AUF prediction, I just memorized that everything does a U prime. So this corner will do a U prime and obviously twist to be oriented. So to solve it back, we'll have to do a U. Now for this case, this is the diagonal case, or the one where we have pseudo blocks all around the cube. What we'll do is we'll face this side, do R'U' sledge, U2, and then solve this layer with RU', insert the corner with R'U'. For finger tricks, you will want to start with your hand on the top here, R prime, U prime, sledge, do a double flick, and then the rest is pretty straightforward. To predict AUF, I look at this front corner and just imagine this twisting and staying in place. So in this case, we'll have to do a U2 after the algorithm. All right, the final case, we have this adjacent case, or we have one pseudo block here at the front. What we're going to do is face this side, do a U2 to put this pseudo block in the front, and then what we're going to do is start with your hand on the top, R prime, and then we do this TCLL case, if you remember, this TCLL plus case. So that goes R prime F, R U2, and then insert this corner R U R prime F2, and then undo the first move. To finger trick this one, start with your hand on the top, do a push move here, double flick, and then while doing the double flick, regrip your right hand to the bottom. So you can do this R U R prime, and then double flick, and then finish it off like that. To predict AUF, I like to look at this sticker and just imagine that coming to the front here. So in this case, we'll have to do a U prime after the algorithm. And with that, that concludes the two-face and the pinwheel subsets for TCLL minus, and that concludes the entire TCLL series. Thanks to everyone that has watched these videos and maybe learned something from them. Making this series has definitely helped me in not forgetting these algorithms, and I hope to use these algorithms more in competition in the future and hopefully get some more good results with them. As always, if you have any questions about these algorithms, executions, or whatever, or even want to critique me on anything, then feel free, just go for it. But other than that, thanks for watching this series, and I will see you next time.